Yo guys, what is good and what's going on, everybody? Your boy BLSG back yet again for another Philadelphia 76ers live play-by-play. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for another one. I was not able to do the game on Monday against the same team we're playing tonight in the Orlando Magic due to the fact that I had some personal things that I needed to go ahead and take care of before coming on and watching the Philadelphia 76ers game on Monday night. Had some personal things to take care of, so I did not want to go ahead and do that game. But I'm back here doing this game tonight, as tonight we have the second of two straight matchups where the Philadelphia 76ers are once again at home taking on the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic ended up giving the Sixers some troubles and struggles the last time these two teams met at the Wells Fargo Center, but the Sixers look to bounce back and get back on the winning ways here tonight in the Wells Fargo, and looking to win what would be, if they would win this game tonight, they would win 21 of their last 26 games, which is a little over 80%, I do believe, which is pretty good after they took that loss last night, or 2 nights ago, to the Magic. They look to get back on the winning ways here tonight. So let's go ahead and find out if they're going to do it. Appreciate everybody that's already coming through and tuning in. We got 4 people up in here tuning in. If you have not done so, man, hit that like button on the stream and hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. And everyone share the stream so we can bring more viewers up into the chat. You guys know how we roll as always. So you know what? Let's get down to business. Mr. Producer! That means it's great. Let's go to cut the beat. Thank you. All right, let me put my volume up a little bit here. Never did this before the stream started, so let me do this real quick. All right, let me know if my mic volume's good in the chat. Let me know if the mic volume's good in the chat with the 4 people tuning in right now. And we have a few comments to get into, so let's roll through these really quick before we roll into pretty much this game. SCSports.com coming in, be the first one in here. What's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through, man. So go Magic. Hey, we respect all fans in here. They beat us last time. Sixers looking for revenge tonight. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hit the like button if you have not done so, my guy. Appreciate you for coming through the stream as always and continuing to support. So the reason why I'm picking the Orlando Magic to win this game is because the Eagles defeated the 49ers in the NFC Championship, because it absolutely stings me even to this very day. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot you're a 49ers fan. So that's why you're picking the Orlando Magic, because you're picking against my team, and the Eagles beat your 49ers in the NFC Championship game. But, you know, once Brock Purdy went out, once Josh Johnson ended up coming in, you knew that that game was going to be over. And either way, when Brock Purdy came in, we were locking you guys up. So you guys didn't have much success no matter who your quarterback was anyways. Thoughts on Markelle Fultz, you know. He's a solid role player, and you know he is a former Sixer. So usually, when it comes to NBA players that are, or any NBA or any athlete overall that is part of a former player that went to Philly and goes up against them, they usually go ahead and they usually do end up doing really good things and having a solid night. So if Markelle Fultz goes ahead and does that to the Sixers, I'm going to be so mad. You know, like I am with every former Sixer, man. Joey, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through, man. Said, I got C19 again. Prayers up, man. Guys, prayer hands in the chat for Joey, man. It's tough right now for people like this. C19's been really tough right now, man, as everybody knows up to this point. C19's been tough, and it's been rough for some people, so prayers up for you, Joey. Hopefully you get over this soon, man. It just sucks to have C19, man. It's really bad. Hasn't even been 2 days. That's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Hey, hit the like button if you haven't done so, my guy. Appreciate you for coming through. Since I come out negative, it's all good, man. It's all good, you know. As long as you're up here supporting, it's all right, man. But, you know, prayers up for you. Hopefully everything's going well apart from C19. But, yeah, prayers up for you, man. Hoping for a speedy recovery from that. Yeah, we better beat the Magic. The last game was just straight up embarrassing. The last game was just straight up embarrassing. As you say to, not that one, this one right here. I know you meant to say embarrassing, but yeah, it was just straight up embarrassing, man. We should feel very embarrassed after we lost to the Magic last time. SG Sports Talk going ahead and saying go Magic. I saw that earlier, man. Again, we respect all fans here. As long as no one, nobody spans and nobody disrespects in the chat, everyone's always welcome, no matter who's here. Oh, here we go. The power of the debate saying we better beat the Philadelphia 76ers. It's all right, man. It's all right. It's all good. Jay said still salty. I know. SG Sports Talk is probably still salty after they lost 31-7 to the Eagles, man. Hey, my Eagles are going to the Super Bowl, so that's all that matters, you know. Philly girl, what's going on? Haven't seen you here in a while, Philly girl. Appreciate you for coming through. Back into the chat. Appreciate you for coming through. Sam still salty. Can't blame you. Go Magic. Be Philly. I see everything that you're putting in the chat, SG Sports Talk. I see it. Don't worry. Coach Dante, my guy. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Guys, if you have not done so, go ahead and subscribe to my guy, Coach Dante. And I do believe he is still on the Spotlight Sports Network. So if you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe to the Spotlight Sports Network as well. Coach Dante, appreciate you for coming through, man. Just wanted to say what's up. Appreciate you for coming through. Coach Dante, like I said before, man, hit that like button if you're not done so, my guy. And be sure to shout out the stream, man. Let's bring more views up in here. We got 3 people in here, but we want more. We want more people up in here, man. Let's go. Appreciate the 2 or 3 people that are still sticking around in the chat and continue to support, man. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, guys, I mean, in terms of like what I did earlier, so I made like, so we all know the NBA trade deadline's coming up. It's coming up in about, I want to say a week from now, 6 days, 8 days, something like that. Anyway, that's coming up, and I put out a little YouTube short on some trade deadline targets the Sixers should go ahead and get either before or at the NBA trade deadline in approximately about a week. So if you guys have yet to check that out, go ahead and check that out. It's about 15 seconds, but it is pretty self-explanatory. It was on the NBA Trade Machine, like it was on the website, the NBA Trade Machine, and they were successful due to the cap reasons. I didn't have time to like make an actual video, so at the end of the day, I just went ahead and did it the old-fashioned way. Did it 15 seconds long and put my thoughts out there. So whenever I have time, I'll get back to making the regular videos, but I didn't have time, so I went ahead and just did it that way. If Brady never got hurt, do you think it would have been closer? And do you think the 49ers would have won? Personally, I think it would have been closer, but we still would have won. I think the same way, Joey E, because, I mean, first of all, Brock Purdy has been playing really well ever since he took over for Jimmy Garoppolo in that San Francisco 49ers offense coached by Kyle Shanahan. And, I mean, Brock Purdy, he's been really good. He has potential of being the starting QB for the 49ers in probably the future years to come for San Francisco. They definitely have a bright future as long as Brock Purdy stays healthy and not having Josh Johnson go ahead and sub in for him. But I definitely think it would have been a lot closer if Brock Purdy would have started. They definitely want to have won the game, though, because Brock Purdy has never been in an atmosphere like that in the city of Philadelphia. He has never been in an atmosphere like that. If you think he would have won that game, I would have kind of called you crazy for it. But at the same time, let me just take that one down. I even said that on my preview that it was actually going to be a close game, but I had the Eagles winning. So I definitely would have thought that it would have been closer if Brock Purdy did not go ahead and get hurt. But also at the same time, the Eagles would have still won the game at the end of the day. But yeah, guys, I also forgot to turn down the volume on my TV, so I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I just went ahead and just turned the volume down on my TV, so we should be all good in terms of the volume. But we should be alright. Kyle Shanahan's a great coach, don't get me wrong, but you see Smith catch that ball. You see us running down the field and trying to snap the ball. You got to call timeout to review as soon as you see that. Exactly. I mean, the one-handed Devontae Smith catch, I saw a little bit of movement, but if he would have had 2 feet down in the process where he would have had full control, that might have still been a catch, but they saw the ball moving. But Shanahan should have went ahead and challenged that. But I also think it was kind of on, like, it wasn't on the San Francisco sideline where Devontae Smith was closest. It was on, I think it was on towards the Eagles sideline. And I don't think Kyle Shanahan got a great look of the catch, even though they do show it up on the big screen. But overall, I mean, Shanahan should have at least took a chance. Exactly. He should have just took a chance and should have went ahead and challenged it. But at the end of the day, man, all that matters is that the Eagles went ahead and won that game. So, in the end, all that matters is that we advanced to the Super Bowl. You know, we rest up for 2 Sundays, and then we go at it with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Andy Reid Bowl, the Kelsey Brothers Bowl, the Nick Sirianni Bowl, because Nick Sirianni was actually a former Kansas City Chiefs, I think he was a coordinator for them or something. Definitely on the offensive side, though, so it's also the Nick Sirianni Bowl. If you see if you've seen history of the Kansas City Chiefs on their staff of coordinators. But yeah, guys, go ahead and drop your score predictions in the chat for tonight's game. Let me know who you guys have winning, as we already have one starter from Joey E, who has the Sixers winning this game tonight by a score of 126-102. I can honestly see that happening because I think the Sixers are really angry. They're very mad about what happened last time. They want to try to come out here and want to try to get a win over the Orlando Magic because they can't be losing 2 straight to Orlando. They just can't be doing it. Embiid goes for a nice 35 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. So you have Embiid getting a double-double in this game tonight. I like it and I respect it. As the starting lineups come in for both teams, for the Orlando Magic is Markelle Fultz, Gary Harris, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. And for the Philadelphia 76ers is James Harden, DeAnthony Melton, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, and Joel Embiid for the starting lineups for the Philadelphia 76ers and the Orlando Magic. Again, Tyrese Maxey will continue to come off the bench because that has apparently been a nice move ever since we started having Maxey basically as a role player ever since we started moving him to the bench. So apparently we're going to probably keep him that way. And eventually we'll probably run him in with that 3-guard lineup of him, Harden, and Melton. And probably have Melton go to the small forward spot. What to watch in this game for the Philadelphia 76ers is to defend the 3-point range shots and then play with energy. Cannot be playing sloppy in this game. Don't play like you're exhausted. Lock in. Let's go. Also, guys, in terms of going over statistics and everything, figuring out the players' names, it's going to be a little bit more challenging for me because we have had internet issues in the past. Like the past few days, we have had internet issues. So I won't be able to go over the statistics and everything. I won't be able to have the whole roster lineups. I won't be able to have any of that. So it's going to be a really tough challenge for me tonight. If I don't figure out who is who on the floor, it's my apologies. But hey, what am I going to go ahead and what am I supposed to do? Can't do much of anything about that. Already got Comcast already all set up and everything. It is what it is. They'll hopefully figure this out sometime soon, but hopefully we'll get back on track sometime next week. I think the Melton trade has been extremely underrated. He has been a huge piece to this team. Facts, man. As the tip is underway, and we are underway here from the Wells Fargo Center, Embiid wins the tip, and here we go. James Harden with the ball gets it over to DeAnthony Melton to start. Melton gets it over to James Harden. Harden guarded by Markelle Fultz. Harden coming inside and putting it up for 2, and he will be fouled early on by the former Philadelphia 76er, Markelle Fultz. And James Harden will go to the free throw line and shoot 2 free throws. So James Harden getting started early on, going to the free throw line early on. First one for Harden at the line is good to get the Sixers game started and to get the Sixers on the board first. The foul was called on Markelle Fultz, despite the fact they are showing Paolo Banchero on the camera. Second one for Harden is good as well. So it is a 2-0 Sixers lead for the moment. Gary Harris gets it over to Markelle Fultz, who gets it over to Franz Wagner. Wagner going to his right around the screen from Wendell Carter. Kicks it out to Wendell Carter. Carter pump fakes. Carter lobs it up for Paolo Banchero. Banchero laying it up for two, and it's good for Paolo Banchero, who ties it up immediately. The rookie and the first overall pick for the Orlando Magic. Harden with the ball, guarded by Markelle Fultz. Harden gets it over to DeAnthony Melton, guarded by Gary Harris. Melton chucks it over to Tobias Harris. Harris out in the corner for PJ Tucker, shoots a three, and it's off target, and it's going to be rebounded by the Magic. Here's Franz Wagner, who gets it over to Wendell Carter, but loses the ball to PJ Tucker, and Tobias Harris picks it up. Gets it over to James Harden, and lobs up for Embiid, who lays it up and lays it in. Joel Embiid on the board early on, and putting 2 points on the board. Great pass by PJ Tucker. Fultz gets it over to Gary Harris, who shoots a three from the top of the key, and it's going to be missed, but it's going to be rebounded by Franz Wagner, who shoots a three from the corner, and that one's going to be stuck at the top. So the ball is stuck at the top. Are they going to be able to get that out, or like what are they going to do about that? So the first time it did not go and stay behind the backboard, but the second time it did, and it is stuck up there. And they basically use like the brooms to get it out, but the ball is back in play. Harden with the pass over to DeAnthony Melton, guarded by Gary Harris, gets it over to James Harden. Harden going to his left, Harden going to his right, out to Harris. Harris standing at the wing. Harris shooting a 2-point jumper. It's no good. Tucker tries to fight for the rebound, but it's being picked up by Paolo Banchero, the rookie. Banchero guarded by James Harden. Banchero backing in, going out. Banchero kicking it out to the corner. Gary Harris shooting a three, and it's good for Gary Harris. Basically standing at the wing, not at the corner, and it's a 5-4 Magic lead. Melton going to his right. Melton coming inside. Melton gets it over to Embiid. Embiid trying to shoot a jumper, and he will be fouled on the jump shot by Gary Harris, so he's going to head to the line. All right, Joey, take care, my guy. Hope you feel better. Joel Embiid at the line here to shoot 2 free throws. In the month of January, Embiid has been averaging just about 35 points a game. First one at the line is good for Joel Embiid to tie it up at 5 points apiece. First player to average the numbers of 35 points a game and that field goal percentage since Moses Malone, all the way back in like the early 80s or whenever the year was in Moses Malone's time. Second one for Embiid is also good to give the Sixers a 1-point lead, 6-5 over the Orlando Magic. Fultz gets it over to Wendell Carter Jr., gets it over to Gary Harris. Gary Harris gets it over to Paolo Banchero. Banchero matching up on PJ Tucker. That's going to be hit off of Harden's knee, and it's going to stay Magic basketball. Highest points per game in a calendar month in franchise history for the 76ers. First, it was Wilt Chamberlain back in 1966. Then Allen Iverson in back-to-back years in February of 2001 and March of 2002. And then Joel Embiid in back-to-back years in December of 2022 and January in this year of 2023. And apparently we have, I think, a technical on the floor because we had Franz Wagner standing at the line. Either was a technical or was like a defensive 3-second violation, something like that. But it is lobbed in on the pass, but it is tipped by Harden over to Tucker, back to Harden, and Harden will dribble with that down the floor. We'll get this over to Embiid. Embiid over to Harden. Harden guarded by Gary Harris. Harden trying to come inside. Harden kicking out to Harris in the corner, who shoots a three. It is no good for Tobias Harris, and it's rebounded by the Magic. Banchero with the ball. Bringing it down the floor, going to his right. Banchero standing at the wing, gets it over to Wendell Carter. Lobs up for Franz Wagner. And it's going to be a foul called against P.J. Tucker. 6-5 is the score. Still with 9 minutes to go in the first. And Tucker getting a little too much of Franz Wagner on the play. Tucker, man, you got to be showing better discipline than that, dude. As Wendell Carter gets it over to Franz Wagner, guarded by Tobias Harris. Now kicks it out to Paolo Banchero, who shoots a three from the wing and is off target, and it's rebounded by Wendell Carter, who puts it up and misses it. Embiid picks it up, but it's going to be a foul against the Sixers. It's going to be against Joel Embiid. And Embiid is going crazy on the court. Come on, Joel. Calm down, dude. And even P.J. Tucker's like, what kind of a call was that, ref? Wendell Carter standing at the line to shoot two. First one at the line is no good for Wendell Carter Jr. Second one for Wendell Carter is also good at the line. Tied at 6 points apiece. 5 rebounds for the Magic, none for the Sixers so far. Embiid with the ball here for the Sixers. Gets out to Tobias Harris, who goes in the corner for three. And it's going to be no good, and it's going to be out of play, and it's going to be Magic ball as it goes on the top of the backboard and out of bounds. It'll be tied at 6 points apiece now. Still. Banchero gets over to Gary Harris, back to Banchero. Banchero coming inside. Banchero putting it up for two. It's no good, but he'll head to the line for 2 more free throws, and it's going to be the second foul called tonight on P.J. Tucker. Dude, get P.J. to the bench, man. That's the second on P.J. Tucker tonight. It's ridiculous, man. You guys be showing better discipline than that. You can't be having this sloppy ball. First one for Banchero at the line is no good. .7 points a game for Paolo Banchero, as well as 6.4 rebounds and 3.7 assists. The points per game for Paolo Banchero leads all rookies this season, as he misses both free throws at the line. And Embiid picks it up and will pass it over to Harden. Harden takes it down the floor, kicks out to Melton, who stands in the corner for three. And it's good for DeAnthony Melton, giving the Sixers a 9-6 lead. Markelle Fultz with the ball. Fultz kicking it out to Gary Harris in the corner for three. And it's good for Gary Harris. Let's get a body on Gary Harris, please. Let's get a body on this guy. Here we go. Here's James Harden with the ball. Harden laying this up, and laying it in is James Harden. 11-9, Sixers lead now. Markelle Fultz with the ball, gets over to Gary Harris, who shoots a three from the wing, and it's good for Gary Harris again. Basically, Gary Harris, I do believe, has 9 of their 12 points right now. It's ridiculous. Harden gets it out to Tobias Harris. Harris at the baseline. Reverse layup is good for Tobias Harris. And Tobias Harris continuing to stay aggressive and puts the Sixers back up by 1. Markelle Fultz putting it up for 2, and it's good for Markelle Fultz. At this point, we're just going back and forth, and back and forth. Embiid with the ball now. He'll take a three now, and that will be airballed. Melton having to save it, but it'll be taken away by Franz Wagner, given to Markelle Fultz out to Wendell Carter Jr. for 3. No good. And Tobias Harris gets the rebound and gets it over to James Harden, who would pass it over to Embiid. And he tipped it, but it stays in play as it's picked up by Harris over to Harden for 3. And it's good for James Harden. The Beard getting the triple here to put the Sixers back up by 2, 16-14. 6:40 left to go in the first quarter. Markelle Fultz with the ball gets over to Paolo Banchero, over to Franz Wagner. And where was the communication on that, Sixers? Who was supposed to be on Franz Wagner? Can we stop leaving him wide open, please? Here we go. Here's Harden gets it over to, I believe that was Melton for three. It's no good and rebounded by the Magic. Staying tied here at 16. Banchero gets it over to Franz Wagner. Wagner guarded by Tobias Harris around the screen. Wagner coming inside. Wagner behind the free throw line, shooting a two. It's no good. Harden picks up the rebound. That's going to be Sixers ball no matter what. Foul called on Wendell Carter. But it's going to be Sixers ball and a timeout call by the Magic. Let's talk things over as we're about halfway through the first quarter. With the Sixers and the Magic in a tight one here, tied at 16 points apiece. But yeah, guys, I mean, it's kind of a close game right now, but we need to start running away with this pain. We can't be having this game be so close like it was the other night. We can't be dealing with this, man. And guys, also with due to all the internet issues and everything, I obviously can still do streams and YouTube Shorts on my phone, but I will not be able to pull up the statistics like I said before on here, so I'm going to make a completely separate piece of content with the YouTube Short with where we go over the statistics, the final score, basically who did the best on the team, all that good stuff, man, and then my final thoughts about the game. That's assuming the Sixers do end up winning this. If they lose, then no post-game YouTube Short. So it is what it is, man. But hopefully we come out here with the win. But yeah, guys, I mean, Sixers need to start picking up these rebounds. At times they need to stop Gary Harris from shooting some of these shots from three-point range. And overall, they just need to find a way to get things going, especially on the defensive side. On the defensive side is definitely where they need to step it up a little. And let's see some rebounding, too, included in that. Part of what the Sixers need to do to try to come out here and win this thing. As they're showing plays of the game here, as they're showing all the Gary Harris three-pointers that he has had so far tonight, he has had what looks to be 3 of them so far tonight. So that is 9 points automatically for Gary Harris. And that is how many he does have tonight with 9 points. 3 for 3 from the field, 3 for 3 from three-point range. That's where all of his points have come from tonight. All of his points have come from three-point range. So he's off to a hot start from 3. Let's start defending Gary Harris and everyone else, too. But here we go. The inbound pass is in. Harden will bring the ball down the floor. Harden going to his left, guarded by Markelle Fultz. Gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris gets it over to Embiid, still matched up on Wendell Carter Jr. Embiid looking for his options, coming inside. Embiid trying to put it up for 2. And he will be fouled this time, as he was fouled by about 3 members of the Orlando Magic. Who will be called on here? It might be called for a team foul. Not sure who got the most contact. It was probably Wendell Carter first, and then Markelle Fultz came in as well. But it will probably be called on Wendell Carter. And the first one for Joel Embiid at the line is good to give the Sixers a 1-point lead again, 17-16. Tyrese Maxey checking into the game for the Sixers. Again, he's been a pretty valuable asset off the bench. I'm continuing to rock his jersey, as you guys can see. Continuing to rock with his jersey on. So hopefully tonight it pays off. Second one good at the line for Joel Embiid as well to give the Sixers a 2.18-16 lead. Sixers are a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line. The Orlando Magic are 1 for 5 and shooting 20%. Fultz gets it over to Wendell Carter, gets it over to former Gonzaga guard Jalen Suggs, who shoots a 2, and it's no good. Melton tries to deflect it, but it'll be out of bounds. It would have been out of bounds Sixers ball anyway. Touched by the Magic last. Looks like maybe it was a little bit of a travel because they didn't take it from the other end of the court. They took it up a little bit further. Maxey with the ball gets over to Harden. Harden gets it back to Maxey. Maxey gets over to Embiid. Embiid with the double team gets out to Tobias Harris. Harris at the baseline, putting up a 2, and it's good for Tobias Harris. 20-16, Sixers lead it by 4 with under 5 minutes left in the first. Fultz bringing the ball down the floor. Fultz backing into Melton. Fultz pump faking, shooting a 2, and it is good for Markelle Fultz, the former Sixer, putting in a bucket with 4:45 left to go. Harden trying to lob it up for Embiid, but that's taken away and intercepted by Jalen Suggs, who gets it over to Paolo Banchero, who throws down the two-handed jackhammer for 2 and ties it immediately right back up at 20. Harden gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton going to his right. Melton laying it up, and he misses the layup, and it's going to be rebounded by Paolo Banchero. Banchero taking it down the other end. And Banchero is going to go ahead, and he's going to be fouled by... Was he fouled by DeAnthony Melton? Because I saw the officials putting up... One of the officials putting up an 8, and that is DeAnthony Melton's jersey number, so I think it was on him. Paolo Banchero has yet to make a free throw so far tonight. His first one is good at the line for Paolo Banchero, and that's his first one tonight that he has made. Georges Niang to check into the game here for the Sixers. He'll check in for... I think he checked in for... Niang rather checked in for Tobias Harris. Because Harris was the one to go ahead and go to the bench. Second one at the line is good for Paolo Banchero as well. So after a rough start from Paolo Banchero at the line, Banchero comes back with the next 2 made. Harden kicks it out to Melton over to Niang. Niang trying to lay it up, and that is blocked by Paolo Banchero. Banchero getting a lot of action tonight so far. You're hearing his name being called a lot. But Embiid with the ball here, trying to draw a foul, will not do so. Cole Anthony also checking into the game here for the Magic. Kicks it up for Markelle Fultz, who kicks it out for Banchero for 3. It's no good. Maxey did get the rebound, but Maxey was called for the foul, but actually, rather what I meant to say was Maxey picked up the rebound, but was called for the foul. Doc Rivers like, come on, man, you can't be doing that. Doc Rivers having a few words with Tyrese Maxey on the Sixers side. First one for Wendell Carter is missed at the line. Wendell Carter has honestly been pretty solid this season, averaging 15 points a night as a center. That's honestly not too shabby. But it's nothing like the MVP of the NBA and Joel Embiid, man. That's the real MVP, not Jokic. Second one also good at the line for Wendell Carter as well. 3:50 left to go. The inbound pass is in. Magic are on a 7-0 run in about the last minute. Maxey going to his right, getting out to Shake Milton, who shoots a 3, and it's no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Wendell Carter, who gets it over to Jalen Suggs. Suggs gets it out to Wendell Carter, who shoots a three, and it's going to be no good, and James Harden picks up the rebound. Harden bringing the ball down the other end. Harden gets it out to Niang, who pump fakes, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid spinning. Embiid dealing with the double team, and that is too easy for Joel Embiid. And a timeout has been called. Actually, the first timeout of the game, it was actually called by the Sixers. This one has been called by the Orlando Magic since it is now a tie ball game at 22 points apiece. Embiid dealing with the double team, and that was just baby food. That's baby food for Joel. Embiid can deal with the double team all day, every day. All he wants, he can deal with the double team. And it's actually tied up, or rather, it's not tied up. The Magic currently have a 1-point lead, 23-22. After that Embiid bucket. With double teams for Embiid like that, where you have one defender in front of him and one defender behind Embiid, that's baby food for him. Embiid will deal with that every single time he sees it. He knows that what's coming to him. He knows. Embiid knows that is literally just baby food for him. That's literally baby food for Embiid. If you try to throw a double team and if you have a defender one in front of him and one behind him, that's baby food for Joel. Embiid will deal with that 99.9% of the time. There will be no denying that, especially if you're not a center like Wendell Carter. If you're not a center by Wendell Carter, like Wendell Carter especially, and if you're putting a defender one in front and one behind Embiid, it's literally baby food, and he's going to make it every single time. At least 99.9% of the time, he will be making that if you put a defender in front of him and behind him, especially if they're not a center as well. The Sixers need to continue to bring pressure to the Magic. Only down by one right now, 23-22, but got to continue to bring the pressure. Looks like Matisse Thybulle is going to check into the game as well. (23-22) your score at the moment. Sixers down by one to the Orlando Magic. Magic currently in the bonus right now, actually, with 3:19 left to go. Overall, in terms of the field goal shooting, the Magic are shooting the ball 50%. The Sixers are shooting the ball 41%. As Markelle Fultz gets it over to Cole Anthony. Anthony guarded by Tyrese Maxey. Anthony putting it up for two, and it's no good, and Shake Milton will pick up the rebound. He'll bring it down the floor. Milton laying it up and laying it in is Shake Milton. Putting the Sixers ahead by one now with under 3 minutes left in the first. Markelle Fultz with the ball. Kicks it out to Wagner, but it is going to be a charge called on Markelle Fultz, and we're going to go up the other way no matter what. Looks like Franz Wagner is still in the game for the Orlando Magic. They have yet to put in Mo Wagner in this game, I do believe. And Niang puts in the inbound pass, inbounds it to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey will put it over to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Milton. We're basically running Embiid with the bench unit. Interesting lineup right here as Niang gets it over to Embiid, back to Niang, over to Embiid. Embiid laying it up and laying it in is Joel Embiid. And the bank is open for Joel Embiid on top of that to give the Sixers a 3-point lead, 26-23 with under 2.5 minutes left. Markelle Fultz with the ball, trying to dribble it, but it goes out of bounds off his own body, and it'll be Sixers ball. About 2:20 left to go in the first quarter here. Embiid with the ball with 10 points in the first quarter as well. Embiid kicking it out to Niang over to Maxey. Maxey Bring it inside, gets it over to Milton, shoots a three, and it's good for Shake Milton. Shake Milton trying to contribute to the bench as well as what Tyrese Maxey has been able to do in the past. All right, we have Franz and Mo Wagner both in the game for the Orlando Magic, but Markelle Fultz trying to lay it up and lay it in. He cannot do so, and B tries to poke it out, but it will be poked out of bounds by the Magic, and it will be Sixers ball. Maxey with a nice pass over to Milton, who shoots that three beautifully from the wing. But Maxey will get this over to Shake Milton, who gets it over to Embiid. Embiid guarded by, I believe that's Mo Wagner, but Embiid gets his own rebound off the miss. Tries to get his own rebound again, but he will be fouled, and it's going to be a foul called on Bol Bol. So Bol Bol checking in the game and already committing an early foul here, as the Sixers have now reached the bonus. The minute 39 left in the first. Bruce Hart, what's going on, my guy? I appreciate you for coming through, man. Hit that like button if you have not done so, my guy. I appreciate you for coming through the stream. First one for Embiid at the line is good. So 11 points now on the night for Joel Embiid. And a 7-point lead for the Sixers overall. I pity Orlando tonight. I know they always have a chance to win or keep it close, but I don't think either will happen. Hey, I hope we beat them too, man, because we can't be losing to the Magic back-to-back times. We just can't. Especially when I'm streaming it. We can't be having that happen. And the second one for Joel Embiid is good at the line as well, to give the Sixers an 8-point lead, 31-23. Minute and a half left to go here in the first quarter. Sixers on an 11-0 run the last minute, 50 seconds. Wagner with the ball. Wagner gets over to Jalen Suggs. Reverse layups it. Misses it. It's picked up by, I believe that was Mo Wagner, but it was picked up by the Sixers after that, after he could not secure it. Embiid with a beautiful pass, or rather Milton with a beautiful pass to Embiid. Foul called on Jalen Suggs. As you see the replay here, it's actually a foul called on Mo Wagner. So Mo Wagner called for the foul. Embiid back to the line to shoot two more. First one is good at the line for Embiid on this trip. And Jalen Suggs wanting to go ahead and talk with the ref some more, but honestly, he should just shut his mouth. Second one for Embiid at the line is good as well. That should be 14 points in the quarter for Embiid, I do believe. And the Sixers lead it by 10. And are on a 13-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Cole Anthony with the ball. Coming inside, back outside. Inside he goes. Kicks out to Bol Bol. And it will be a foul called on the Magic. And it's going to be called on Bol Bol. And under a minute left to go here. Sixers still with the ball. Milton gets over to Embiid. Embiid backing in. Beautiful pass to Matisse Thybulle, but Thybulle wastes it. But not completely, as he was fouled. Thybulle wasted the layup, though, but the foul was called on, I do believe that was Franz Wagner. First one for Thybulle at the line is good. Matisse Thybulle has definitely been a lot better with his shooting in the past. He's definitely been a lot better. I know he's been working on that in the offseason because he is a defender and normally he's known for his defense, but he's definitely been working on his jump shot. I bet Brady will come out of retirement and sign with the 49ers. I think they have a bright future with Brock Purdy, to be completely honest, especially as long as under Kyle Shanahan for eternity, they will be a good team with Brock Purdy as their quarterback. But Cole Anthony with the ball here, guarded by Tyrese Maxey, gets it over to Wagner. I believe that is Mo Wagner, who shoots a three, and it's going to be no good, and Embiid's going to pick up the rebound. And we'll get it over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey shooting a three from deep. It's no good, and it's picked up by Franz Wagner. And he'll get it over to Cole Anthony. He'll dribble it down the floor. Sixers will have one more shot after this one. Cole Anthony with the ball, currently standing at the logo, guarded by Tyrese Maxey. Both these two, I believe, were in the same draft class. Anthony going to his right, coming inside. Shooting it to is Cole Anthony. No good. Embiid picks up the rebound. Embiid singing it down the floor. Over to Milton. Milton driving. Get it over to Embiid, and it's baby food again for Joel with the buzzer! Joel Embiid with a great first quarter and ends it off in true fashion. Embiid picking it up and putting it in, and he did get it off in time to put the Sixers up 37-23 at the end of the first quarter as we head to quarter number 2. Embiid with 14 points in that first quarter now officially. 37-23, man. Let's go. I like this right now, but we can't be wasting the opportunity. I feel you might be right, but I'm pretty sure I feel they'll call Tom. I mean, Josh Johnson has experience in the league, but he hasn't had a lot of experience. I feel like if they're going to go ahead and if Purdy doesn't end up getting hurt, or if Trey Lance does not get traded, either they'll have Trey Lance as their quarterback, or they'll sign a veteran in free agency. But I don't think they go out and get Tom. I think Tom's done. He did have a great career, though. I will give him credit for it. A little worried about Maxey because he's not been shooting well. But, I mean, Maxey can do the best he can. I mean, he's also in limited minutes because he is also off the bench. So, I mean, Maxey's going to try the best that he can. So, you're not going to get every night as efficient as the next one with any player by any means. Every player's going to have an off night. There's no match for us, and Embiid's feasting on them. I'm telling you, every time you put a defender, one defender in front of Embiid and a defender behind Embiid, it's literally baby food. He will get a bucket 99.9% of the time. Mark my words. Change my mind. He will get a bucket 99.9% of the time if you constantly go ahead and put a defender in front and one behind Joel Embiid. Especially if it's not a center. If it's not a center, it is easily baby food. It is easily baby food. I feel that's a good analysis. I have to change my mind based on what you said about Lance and Purdy. Yeah, because, I mean, Trey Lance is still on the roster, but I think Purdy does get the start. Assuming Trey Lance does not get traded, they will not be going after anyone because I think they have confidence in Trey Lance, and especially under Kyle Shanahan's system. Second quarter is underway, and it is going to be a blocking foul already called on Shake Milton. Mo Wagner going to go to the line for 2. Hey, Devin Booker could return sometime next week. That's actually good for me because I have Devin Booker on my fantasy team, and I've kept him on the bench for quite some time because he has been hurt. First one at the line for Mo Wagner is no good. Just 15 seconds into the second quarter. Second one for Mo Wagner is good at the line, so he will go 1 for 2 on that trip. And the Sixers will bring the ball down the floor here with Shake Milton. Milton with the ball gets over to Tyrese Maxey. We have the all-bench lineup in, which is also known as the death lineup. Maxey goes step back. It's no good and rebounded by Bol Bol for the Magic. Bol Bol gets it over to Mo Wagner, gets it over to Jalen Suggs. Suggs goes ahead and shoots a 3. It's no good. That's going to be picked up by Montrezl Harrell, who will keep it in play. But actually, he did step on the baseline, so it is going to actually be Magic ball with 14 seconds on the shot clock. And yes, he did step on the baseline. Clearly. You see the back heel on the baseline for sure. Sixers do have the all-bench lineup in, also known as the death lineup, because it's the lineup that kills us every time. And Franz Wagner with an that's Mo Wagner actually with an absolute jackhammer with one hand, putting it in for 2 as the Magic will be down by 11, 37-26. Harrell gets it over to Milton, over to Niang, over to Maxey. Maxey going to his left, gets it over to Milton at the top of the key. Coming inside, kicks it out to Niang, who shoots a three from the corner, and it's airballed, and it's going to be rebounded by Jalen Suggs. Suggs bringing it down the other end, laying it up, and he misses it, but Bol Bol puts it back. Bol Bol easily having the best season of his career. Easily. Maxey with the ball going to his right. Maxey shooting a two, and it is no good for Tyrese Maxey. It comes up short, and it's going to be rebounded by the Magic. Suggs gets over to Cole Anthony, who shoots a three, and that is off by a ton. And Shake Milton gets the rebound, gets it over to Maxey, and Maxey cruising, has to get past Cole Anthony, and he will be fouled. And Maxey will go to the line for two. Cole Anthony, the one being called for the foul here, as the Sixers are still up by 9. I think it's funny how the 49ers fans are crying, saying that they would have won if Purdy didn't get hurt. They're just babies, and they never would have beaten us. And they should be blaming the right side of their O-line for not stopping Hassan Reddick on that play. I don't know why they're blaming the Eagles for anything. I'm telling you, every time the Eagles go ahead and do something good, they will always bring up all the excuses saying, oh, you played a fourth-string quarterback. Oh, Hassan Reddick ended up absolutely destroying Brock Purdy, a.k.a. our third-string quarterback. It doesn't matter, okay? You would have lost the game anyways. Brock Purdy would have never been able to handle the pressure. The way Daniel Jones took that pressure, Brock Purdy would have had no chance in that pressure anyways. But the Sixers up by 11 now as both free throws were made. Cole Anthony kicks out to Bol Bol, over to Jalen Suggs, over to Mo Wagner, and he will be able to make the bucket, but it's going to be a treble. You can't do that. Here, clearly traveling like there's no tomorrow. He took about 6 steps, maybe 5. Probably 5 to be more precise. But Shake Milton with the ball here down the other end against Jalen Suggs. Gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris matched up on Franz Wagner. Harris coming inside, putting it up for 2. It's good, but again, another offensive foul. Tobias Harris, like, how? How's that an offensive foul? Tobias Harris did actually elbow Franz Wagner. So, I mean, it actually does make sense that that was actually a foul. So, we'll get to the comment in a second, Bruce Harper. But anyway, Cole Anthony with the ball, spinning, putting it up for 2, and it is good for Cole Anthony plus the foul. And he'll go to the line for 1 more. Cole Anthony was a guy that I definitely wanted to draft in the same year that we drafted Tyrese Maxey. If not him, I wanted to draft Tyrell Terry. But now that Maxey's started to be pretty solid for the Sixers, I really have liked him on this team. I don't like Howie Roseman, but I have to give him credit for building the team. He's better than I thought. Yeah, it was kind of a rebuilding year when we had that disastrous year in 2020. And, Jalen Hurts didn't do too bad in his rookie year. But every year he's just started to get better, and he's definitely been an MVP candidate. Tobias Harris, though, inbounds it to Tyrese Maxey. Cole Anthony does end up making the end one opportunity. Maxey gets it over to Paul Reed, over to Tobias Harris, over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey kicking it out to Milton. And it will be a foul called against, was it on Suggs or was it on Cole Anthony? Can't tell who it was on between Jalen Suggs and Cole Anthony because they usually point the camera at someone. But Maxey and Harden both back into the game here because they're starting to bring back the starters in. But Shake Milton trying to lob it in, and that was airballed, rebounded by Jalen Suggs. Gets it over to Bol Bol, who kicks it out to Cole Anthony, over to Franz Wagner, gets it over to Bol Bol, who's wide open in the corner for 3, and it is no good, and Milton gets the rebound. Milton gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris kicks it out to Maxey, over to Harden. Harden going to his left. Harden guarded by Mo Wagner. Harden dancing, coming inside. Harden going step back 2. It is no good. Paulie tries to get the rebound, but it's picked up by Cole Anthony. Anthony bringing it down the other end. Anthony trying to say, get out of my way. Milton, but a foul will be called on Shake Milton. Milton gets a little bit too much of Cole Anthony, and it is a foul called on him, and he knows it. Cole Anthony this season averaging 12 points a game. As of late, he has been off the bench, so that's kind of the reason he has only been averaging 12 points a game. But it's not bad for a nice role player piece. As the first one is good at the line for Cole Anthony to make it a 7-point game here in Philadelphia. And the second one at the line, also good for Cole Anthony to make it a 6-point 76ers lead. 8:45 left to go in the first half. Sixers lead by 6. Magic on a 10-2 run in the last 3 minutes. Maxey gets it over to Paul Reed. Reed gets it over to Shake Milton. Milton matching up on Cole Anthony. Milton going to his right. Milton kicks it out to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey getting out of the pressure. Gets it over to Milton. And Milton has it taken away from him by Jalen Suggs. And Suggs is going to slam this with 2 grown man hands. Doc Rivers should be taking a timeout, and he does get the timeout off in time before the next play. And Doc Rivers has to start communicating with Tyrese Maxey a little bit, as both of them do have the talk on the sideline. And it is the Sixers only up by 4 with 8:17 left to go in the first half between the Sixers and the Magic. And, guys, this is what I hated, man. This is what I absolutely hated. I mean, the second quarter, the last time we played the Magic back on Monday, we started to blow it, and that's when they had their big-time quarter. That's when they had over 40 points in the quarter. This is what I hate when we get out to big leads against this team. This team might be young, but they are scrappy. Because if you look at how they dealt with us last time, they were off to a slow start in the first quarter. And then the second quarter, they put up over 40 points on us on Monday. That can't be happening tonight, all right? That cannot be happening whatsoever tonight. We got to keep our foot on the gas. We cannot be slowing down. There's no slowing down in this game. If we lose back-to-back games to the Magic, it is not going to be great. It's not going to be great. It's going to be terrible. If we lose back-to-back games to the Magic. If we do that, I'm going to be PO'd. I will. The Sixers are better than this, man. I don't know why they're off to a slow start in the second quarter. I mean, it's time for them to wake up right now. It's time for them to wake up. We won't lose, I promise. I hope we don't lose, man. We better not be losing back-to-back games to the Magic. We just can't. We just can't lose back-to-back games to the Magic, dude, because if we do that, that's unacceptable. And changes have to be made again. I hate for the fact that we are letting the Magic come back again. Dude. Come on, Sixers. You got to keep your foot on the gas. You have to keep your foot on the gas, man. Come on. Let's go. The Orlando Magic right now are on a 12-2 scoring run. But it's time for the Sixers to get things going right now. It's time. Come on, Sixers, get your foot back on the gas. Why are we slowing down right now, man? Come on, let's go. Sixers are 0 for 5 from the field in the quarter. The Magic are 4 for 8. Harden with the ball here for the Sixers. Gets it over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey gets it over to Tobias Harris, who comes inside, matches up on Bol. Gets it over to James Harden. Harden going to his right. Harden going step back 3. It is going to be short. And Cole Anthony's going to be able to pick up the rebound. Paul Reed a little bad on his timing. Cole Anthony with the ball coming inside, kicking it out to Mo Wagner for 3, and it's no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Paul Reed. Giving it to James Harden, over to Shake Milton. Over to Tobias Harris, who shoots a 3, and it's good for Tobias Harris. Beautiful three-pointer by Tobias. Saying, let's get our feet back on the gas here, boys. Let's go. Jalen Suggs gets it over to Cole Anthony, gets it over to Bol. Bol matching up on James Harden, kicks it out to Franz Wagner, who shoots a three, no good. Harden gets the rebound, and it's intercepted by Cole Anthony, who takes it away, tries to lay it up and in, but a foul is called on James Harden, and James Harden wants to have a word with the official. Harden trying to make that fancy pass over to Tyrese Maxey, and apparently Harden grazed him a little bit, according to the officials. That's the first foul called on James Harden tonight. Cole Anthony with only 5 points. Make it 6 as the first one is made. Anthony Melton to come into the game here. Looks like Jalen Suggs is going to go out. So Anthony Melton is in. So we're starting to bring members of the starting lineup back in as we have Harden, Tobias, and Melton all in. Running with the two bench players in Tyrese Maxey and Paul Reed. Harden with the ball here for the Sixers. Harden kicks out to Anthony Melton, who stays in bounds, has to jump for it. Gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris going to his left, gets it over to James Harden. Harden with the ball, matched up on Franz Wagner. Harden dancing, coming around the screen. And it's going to be an illegal screen called against Paul Reed, I'm pretty sure. Because Harden didn't do anything. It's easily an illegal screen on Paul Reed. And get Paul Reed on the bench, too. Let's go. Four turnovers for the Sixers in this quarter. PJ Tucker also coming back in for the Sixers. And with 6:50 left to go, the whole starting lineup is in for the Sixers. Franz Wagner trying to lay it up and in. It's no good, and it's picked up by James Harden. Harden trying to get it over to Tobias Harris, who cannot handle it. Come on, Tobias. I was giving you the high praise after that three, and you're over here with the turnover because you have butterfingers and can't get the ball. Come on, dude. Communicate with your teammates. Let's go. That's the fifth turnover in the quarter for the Sixers. 1 for 7 from the field in the quarter for the Sixers as well. Wagner putting up a two-pointer, and it's good for Franz Wagner. Wow, man, that is sloppy ball. Sloppy ball. Magic on a 16-5 run, man. Come on. That's in the last 5.5 minutes. Harden gets it over to Embiid for 2, and it's good for Joel Embiid. Thank you, Joel, for making our second field goal of the second quarter. 2 for 8. Wow. Embiid's got to do all the work, apparently. Whoop-de-doo. Why am I not surprised? Franz Wagner with the ball, laying it up and landing it in over Joel Embiid. Come on, Tobias. You have to stay with your guy. You have to stay with him. You can't be letting go. Don't be letting go of your man on offense. As Harden has the ball, guarded by Paolo Banchero. Harden gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris out to PJ Tucker, who's in the corner for 3. And it's good for PJ Tucker. There we go. There we go. Sixers up by 6 now, 47-41. Cole Anthony gets it over to Franz Wagner. Wagner gets it over to Wendell Carter, over to Paolo Banchero. Banchero guarded by James Harden. Banchero now guarded by Tobias Harris. Banchero coming inside. And a shot clock violation will bring this the other way. Magic taking too long to get the ball out. Wish I had enough money to go to the Super Bowl. It's about $5,000 to $10,000, something like that, man. They're really expensive to go to the Super Bowl, to be completely honest with you. Here we go. Tobias Harris gets it over to Anthony Melton. Both teams with 7 turnovers overall. Embiid with the ball, guarded by Wendell Carter Jr. Embiid shooting a 2, and it's no good. And Tucker tries to fight for the rebound, cannot do so. And it is going to be a foul out of bounds on PJ Tucker, so it's going to be Magic basketball. Tucker trying to fight for the ball against Gary Harris and fails to do so. Magic are on the bonus, and they're going to go the other way. And it's 3 personal fouls on P.J. Tucker. It's about to be time for Doc Rivers to take him out. And why is P.J. Tucker still talking with the ref? P.J. Tucker, do you want to get technical or not, dude? Come on. Show some discipline and just know that you took the foul. Just admit that you took the foul and move on. And thank you for bringing Georges Niang into this game, Doc. Thank you. Thank you for bringing Georges Niang into this game, Doc. Gary Harris still has yet to miss a shot. As he has 11 points, he's still 3 for 3 from the field, 3 for 3 from three-point range, and has made 2 straight free throws. He has yet to miss a shot. It's kind of funny, man. Get somebody on Gary Harris that's going to guard him well. Harden with the pass to Niang, who pump fakes, gets out to Harden. Harden gets over to Embiid. Embiid pump faking many times, kicks out to Melton in the corner for 3, and it's no good. And Wendell Carter gets the rebound. Gets it over to Markelle Fultz. Over to Franz Wagner for 3. It's no good. And Tobias Harris gets the rebound over to James Harden. Harden flips out to DeAnthony Melton. Guarded by Gary Harris, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid guarded by Wendell Carter Jr. gets it over to James Harden. Harden guarded by Gary Harris coming around the screen. Harden spinning. Does a whole 360. Gets it over to Tobias Harris. Out to Harden, who's wide open for 3. And it's good for James Harden. Sixers will lead it by 7 now, 50-43. James Harden now with 10 points in the first half. Wendell Carter gets it over to Markelle Fultz. Back to Wendell Carter. Carter gets over to Paolo Banchero. Banchero guarded by Niang. Banchero shooting a 2, and it's good for Paolo Banchero. He definitely has a bright future ahead of him. I'm going to be completely honest. Similar to Cade Cunningham. Harden with the ball, guarded by Banchero. Harden gets over to Tobias Harris. Harris pump faking, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Harden. Harden going to his right, just trying to shoot it. And he actually almost made the shot. He almost made the shot, and it would have been impressive if he would have made it. Because that could have been a huge and one opportunity. But I think they're going to call it a foul on the floor. As it is inbounded here to Tobias Harris. Harris gets it over to Niang. Niang over to Harden. Harden guarded by Markelle Fultz. Harden going step back 3 again. And it's no good. Embiid gets the rebound. Embiid trying to get past everyone. Tries to put it up, misses it. Harden gets the rebound. Out to Niang, who shoots a 3. And it's no good. Embiid gets the rebound again. And Embiid with the 2-handed dunk gets it to go. Finally, with all the rebounds and all the help, Joel Embiid gets it in. 5 offensive rebounds for the Sixers. 4 second chance points for them to the Magic's 6. Banchero putting up a 2, and it's good for Paolo Banchero. It is wet like water. Sixers up by 5, 52-47. Harden with the ball going to his right, kicking out to Tobias Harris over to Niang. Niang pump fakes, gets out to Embiid. Embiid guarded by Wendell Carter. Embiid fake on the step back, gets over to Harden, over to Niang, over to Harris, over to Melton, who shoots a 3. It's no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Markelle Fultz. Fultz bringing the ball down the other end, gets it over to Paolo Banchero, and Niang is going to be called for the foul. As Niang and Banchero both have a little bit of talk. TV1, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through. Said trade deadline is getting close. Who will the Sixers be trading for? I had a YouTube short out earlier today on who I think the Sixers should go ahead and trade for sometime before or at the deadline. So be sure to check that out because I think these are some pretty solid options that I had, just for better bench scoring, a couple finishers, and a rebounder. So be sure to go ahead and check that out and hit the like button on the stream. But yeah, guys, not a bad first half. It's definitely better than what I saw 2 days ago. I will admit that, to say the least. It's definitely been a much better first half than what I saw 2 days ago, man. Why? Because we're not allowing like 40 points in the second quarter as of right now. And it better stay that way, to be completely honest. Appreciate the 2 people for still sticking through in the chat. If y'all not done so, hit that like button on the stream and hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. And everyone that's still in here, be sure to share out the stream so we can bring more viewers up into the chat. Let's bring more people up in here, man. There hasn't been a lot of people here tonight. But yeah, man, overall, it's been a much better first half than what it was 2 nights ago for the Sixers. So much better. So much better, man. Come on, man. We want to watch basketball. We don't want to be watching these dumb commercials. Especially the car commercials in particular. We don't want to be watching that. We want to be watching basketball. As they're showing the 3 offensive rebounds and then Embiid putting in the dunk for the good times play. Embiid with 20 points in the first half, 6 rebounds, 6 for 11 from the field. Embiid shooting about a good 50%. Just about. It's good for him, man. And then Harden with 10 points in the first half, 3 for 6 from the field. 4 rebounds and 4 assists as well for James Harden. Looks like Paolo Banchero will be going in the line for 2. Foul was called on Georges Niang. So it looks like we do have Tyrese Maxey in this 3-guard lineup with Harden and Melton. So we basically have Tyrese Maxey in the starting lineup. Well, we do have Maxey with the starting lineup of James Harden, DeAnthony Melton, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. As the first one was good at the line for Paolo Banchero, the rookie. And apparently a spillage on the ground here on the sideline. Not much of a surprise, but none of the players are really fazed by that. People spilling their drink. Second one at the line is missed from Paolo Banchero, but Embiid will pick up the rebound. And we'll get it over to James Harden, who will match up on Jalen Suggs as he brings it down the floor, gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton gets it over to James Harden, who fakes the pass over to Melton. Now gets it over to Melton, over to Embiid. Embiid dealing with the double team and is stripped and taken away from Paolo Banchero. Banchero kicking it out to Gary Harris, who shoots a 3. It's no good. Wendell Carter gets the rebound. Carter on the fake. Kind of loses it. Gets it out to Gary Harris, or Jalen Suggs, rather, for 3. It's good for Jalen Suggs. Sixers only up by 1. Come on, Sixers. It's time to lock in. Come on. Harden trying to lay it up, and he'll miss the layup, and it's rebounded by the Magic. Suggs gets it over to Banchero, gets it over to Wendell Carter. And actually, no. Harden makes the save over to Melton, lobs up for Tobias Harris, who puts it in for 2. Tobias Harris saying, hey, let's make them earn it in the first half, and let's make them earn it the rest of the game, boys. Let's go. Fultz gets it over to Paolo Banchero. Banchero gets it over to Gary Harris. Gary Harris shooting a 3. It's no good. That's the first missed shot for Gary Harris all night, I do believe. As Melton with the ball. Matched up on Wendell Carter. Gets over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey up the baseline. Trying to lay it up and in. But the foul will be called on Paolo Banchero. It was actually Maxey making the save out of bounds. It wasn't Melton. And the first one is good at the line for Tyrese Maxey, making it a 2-score lead for the Sixers, 55-51. 31.8 left in the first half. Second one at the line is also good for Tyrese Maxey as well. 56-51 is the score. Sixers are perfect 16 for 16 from the free throw line in the first half. Magic shooting 65%, 13 for 20. Markelle Fultz gets it over to Paolo Banchero. Banchero going to his left, coming around the screen, guarded by Embiid now. Banchero looking for his options. Banchero shooting a three. It's no good. Tobias Harris tries to get the rebound. Pokes it to Maxey, which he cannot handle it. Gets it over to Fultz. Gets it over to Banchero. Back to Fultz. Fultz guarded by Melton. Fultz spinning. Fultz putting it up and putting it in is Markelle Fultz at the buzzer to end off the end of the first half. But actually, did he get it off in time? I'm pretty sure he did, now that I think about it. Oh, yeah, he got it off in time by a mile. So it is official that the score at the end of the first half is a 3-point game between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Orlando Magic, but the Philadelphia 76ers do lead it by 3, 56-53 over the Orlando Magic, as, ladies and gentlemen, we have approached halftime. And guys, like I said before, but if you guys have not heard it already, we have had issues with the internet at the house where I have lived in the past. So hardly any technology can be used apart from my phone. Can be used technology-wise to like pull up the statistics or anything. So I do not have the statistics in front of me, but I will give you like the leaders for each team. And that's probably about it, since I'm not able to use the computer that I use or anything to pull up the statistics. So unfortunately, it's just going to be like a short stat line type of thing before we go ahead and take the halftime break. But do not worry, guys. I will go ahead, and if the Sixers do end up winning tonight's game, I will have a post-game YouTube short out sometime tonight to recap everything. But overall, Sixers do lead by 3, 56-53. The Orlando Magic's leading scorer is Paolo Banchero with 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for the Philadelphia 76ers, it's pretty simple. Joel Embiid with 20 points, 7 rebounds, and an assist in the first half for the 2 leading scorers for both teams. And that is all the statistics I can get to, ladies and gentlemen, with all the internet issues going on here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will go ahead and take the halftime break. I know it had to be a short statistical type of thing in terms of talking about the stats and everything, but it is what it is. I don't have any other internet source besides my phone to use to pull up the stats, but that was the only stats I was able to pull up because I am not going out and in of the studio, or in and out of the studio, I should say. But ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we are going to go ahead and take the halftime break. Y'all pretty much know how this goes. Go get a snack, go get a drink, go to the bathroom, do whatever you guys need to do in order to get ready for the second half of this one between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Orlando Magic. We're going to hope that the Sixers can find a way to pull this one out, because they only lead by 3 for the moment, but we're going to hope they can pull this one out in a tight game against this very scrappy, young Orlando Magic team. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll find out, as ladies and gentlemen, I'll see y'all back here for the second half. guys, I'm back. Now ready to go for the second half after hopefully a few commercials after Infidel, Jim Lynam, and Mark Jackson go ahead and talk the first half. We should be able to roll right into the second half, man. But at the end of the day, solid first half. Let's hope the second half can be the same way, and let's try to pull out this win. Pull this one out. I did see the Nets losing by a lot after the first quarter. They were held to like 16 points, and the Celtics had like 40-something. The Sixers will lose. I hope not, man. I hope they don't. I could put fear in the eyes of the Sixers. I hope not, because that'd be bad. I'm so happy we were able to dump Simmons. Yeah, right. Because look at how disastrous the Nets are going up against the Celtics. It's unbelievable, man. We absolutely dumped Simmons and left him in a Brooklyn Nets franchise with a first-year head coach. Come on, man. They're not winning like that. That was a great move. Indeed it was, man. Indeed it was. It was a great move to go ahead and get Ben Simmons out of Philly. We were going to do that anyway. And, bringing James Harden here has really not been too shabby at all. Looks like the second half of this game is about to get underway. And indeed it will. As I have seen the scoreboard on the TV, it says start of the third quarter is about to begin. But, overall, Kit Scott and Aldanavi, they're not too happy about the first half, but it was an okay first half, Obviously, the defense needs to be better. The shooting needs to be a little bit better. We need to wake up in the second half, man. We need to wake up a little bit, but all that matters, after the Magic absolutely ended up destroying us starting in the second quarter and kept on going towards the end, all I think us Sixers fans are looking for up to this point, I think we're just looking for a win. I think you guys would agree. All we're looking for is a win up to this point. Let's go out there and let's get that win, man. Let's get the win, but, let's step up in the second half and let's do what we need to do in order to get the win. But here we go. Third quarter underway. Second half underway here. Markelle Fultz with the ball here to start. Fultz guarded by DeAnthony Melton. Gets out to Gary Harris. Back to Fultz. Fultz kicks it out to Wendell Carter. Gets it over to Franz Wagner. Wagner laying it up, and laying it in is Franz Wagner. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to take a quick sneeze right there. As Harden with the ball, gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. It was last touched by Markelle Fultz, so we'll go out of bounds. Sixers ball with 14 seconds on the shot clock. As the inbound passes in from Melton to Embiid, as Embiid gets it back to Melton, over to Harris, over to Tucker. Gets it over to Melton, putting up a 2, and it's no good. Rebounded by Markelle Fultz for the Orlando Magic, who gets it over to Gary Harris. Gets it back to Fultz, over to Wendell Carter. Gets it over to Franz Wagner. Wagner guarded by Embiid. Wagner going step back, 3 on Embiid, and it's no good, and Tucker gets the rebound. Gets it over to DeAnthony Melton, gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris guarded by Markelle Fultz, gets it over to DeAnthony Melton, over to Harden. Harden guarded by Paolo Banchero. Harden taking the three-point jumper, and he almost makes the shot, but he will take 3 free throws at the line. The foul will be called on Paolo Banchero, and Harden will go to the line for 3. As at that point, Harden was just trying to get a couple points, but he will take 3 free throws, and he is a really good free throw shooter. He's definitely shown it this season. He has 10 points tonight, 3 for 7 from the field, make it 11, as the first one is made by James Harden. Foul called on the rookie Paolo Banchero. Yeah, the Celtics are really destroying Brooklyn. They're putting a beating. They're putting a beat down on the Brooklyn Nets. Second one for Harden, also good at the line. Again, guys, like I said, James Harden is a really good free throw shooter. So Harden just wanted to look for the 4-point play, but he'll take 3 free throws at the line because he can make the majority of them. Mark my words. Third one is also good for James Harden. He's definitely been really good with the free throws, man. He's definitely been so good with them. Sixers are perfect, 19 from 19 from the line. Magic still 13 for 20, 65%. Markelle Fultz gets it over to Paolo Banchero. Guarded by P.J. Tucker, gets it over to Gary Harris, who shoots a 3. It's no good. Tobias Harris trying to get the rebound and doesn't. Will get it out to DeAnthony Melton. Gets it over to Tobias Harris. Gets it over to James Harden. Harden going to his right. Harden kicking it out for Tobias Harris. Gets it over to Embiid. Embiid laying it up and laying it in. It's too easy for Joel. It's too easy. As Markelle Fultz will take the ball down the floor. Fultz spins. Fultz puts it up for 2, and he will be fouled. And the foul will be called on DeAnthony Melton. That will be number 2 on DeAnthony Melton tonight. First one from Markelle Fultz at the line is good. So it'll be 61-56. Second one is also good. The line for Markelle Fultz as well. 61-57 is the score. 10:05 left in the third quarter. Magic now up to 68% from the free throw line. Harden gets it over to Embiid. Embiid going to his right. Embiid with the 2-point jumper is no good. Melton trying to put it back and get the rebound, but it is picked up by Gary Harris. Gets it over to Franz Wagner. Gets it over to Gary Harris, over to Paolo Banchero. Banchero guarded by Harden. Gets over to Franz Wagner. Wagner coming inside. And it's going to be a treble. You can't do that. Stop walking with the ball, Franz Wagner. Come on, dude. Stop walking with the ball. That's the 9th Magic turnover tonight. And James Harden with the ball, taking a 3 from the top of the key, and it's good for James Harden. And he's trying to mean business here in the second half. He is trying to mean business. 16 points for the Beard, 3 for 5 from 3-point range. Banchero trying to put up a 2, it's no good. Gets his own rebound and blocked by Embiid. But Embiid will be called for the goaltend, so it'll be 2 points automatically for Paolo Banchero, as it did touch the backboard first. As you look at the replay, it did touch the backboard first before Embiid did end up blocking it. So it will be 2 points for Paolo Banchero. James Harden with the ball here, guarded by Markelle Fultz. Harden around the screen, gets it over to Melton. Melton guarded by Gary Harris. And it is going to be a foul called on James Harden, as him and Gary Harris both got tied together. And what was just an overall, just an offensive foul? Looks like it was probably an illegal screen, as the jump shot for the Magic is no good, and Harden gets the rebound. Harden with the ball, guarded by Markelle Fultz, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid spinning, and it's too easy for Joel. It's too easy. You get the ball in the paint, it's too easy for Embiid. Fultz gets it over to Paolo Banchero. Banchero guarded by P.J. Tucker taking the two-point jumper, and it's no good for Paolo Banchero, and it's rebounded by the Sixers. Harris gets it over to James Harden. Harden guarded by Markelle Fultz around the screen. Harden coming inside. Harden trying to not lose the ball, and it's picked up by the Magic. And Banchero kicks it out to Markelle Fultz for two. It's no good, but Wendell Carter is able to put it back. And Harris will lob it up for Embiid. Embiid guarded by Paolo Banchero. And a foul will be called on Wendell Carter Jr. Appreciate the two people still sticking through in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys. First one for Embiid at the line is good. So it'll be a 6.76 lead, 7:48 left to go in the third. $25 points for Embiid, 8 rebounds, 8 for 14 from the field from the big fella. Just over 50%. Second one for Embiid is also good at the line. So it'll be 68-61 in favor of Philadelphia. Sixers are a perfect 21 for 21 from the free throw line. Magic are 15 for 22, shooting 68%. Gary Harris with the ball here, guarded by Embiid, squeezing in between defenders, and blocked by Joel. He said, "This is my house." But Wendell Carter able to put it back, and he will be able to pick up the offensive rebound, and he will be fouled as he does make the bucket. Foul was called. It's going to be called on, can't tell who it was on. I think it's going to be on P.J. Tucker, to be honest. I think it's going to be the fourth on P.J. Tucker tonight. And again, P.J. Tucker's back on the bench. So I'm going to assume Niang is back in, or like Thibault, someone like that. Okay, Niang's going to be in, and he's going to be at the small forward. And Tobias Harris was going to be at the power forward. So kind of going a little bit tall here. As James Harden has the ball, guarded by Paolo Banchero around a screen from Embiid. Harden shoots a three from the top of the key. It's no good, and Banchero gets the rebound. Banchero bringing the ball down the other end. Guarded by Harden, kicks out to Wendell Carter, gets it over to Gary Harris, who shoots a three. And it's way off target, and Embiid gets the rebound. Says, "Get out of my way, Paolo Banchero. You can't match up with me." Gets it over to Melton, over to Harris, and Harris cannot pick it up. Come on, Toby, we need you. It's a team game here, man. Come on. This is a team game. We're going to have DeAnthony Melton go to the bench as well. Make another change. They're going to have Melton out. I don't know who they're going to have come in. Okay, looks like they're having Maxey come back into the game here. As Franz Wagner has the ball, guarded by Embiid. Franz Wagner putting up a two, and he is guarded by Embiid, and Embiid able to get that defensive play. As Harden kicks it out to Niang for three, and it's no good, and Wendell Carter gets the rebound. Gets it over to Markelle Fultz. Fultz bringing it down the other end. Fultz putting it up for two, and it's good for Markelle Fultz. And just like that, the Magic come storming back into this game. Tyrese Maxey with the ball, gets it over to Joel Embiid. Embiid gets it over to James Harden. Harden going to his left. Harden, guarded by Wendell Carter Jr. Harden, dancing, trying to set up the offense. Harden going step back three at the top of the key, and it's good for the Beard! Good for this guy, James Harden. You best believe it. You best believe it's good for the Beard. Fultz gets it over to Paolo Banchero. James Harden with 9 points in the quarter. Banchero trying to lay it up, and it's no good. Harden gets the rebound over to Harris. Harris trying to drive, lay it up, and laying it in is Tobias Harris. That is much better than a timeout called by the Magic. Sixers back up to a 7-point lead over the Orlando Magic. As Embiid did not even touch the basketball, Harden picks it up, And after that, it's all Tobias Harris with the layup. Sixers ahead by 7 with just over 5.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful execution. As of right now, it has been a much better second half. As of right now. Much better second half than what we saw on Monday. Much better, man. Much better execution. Just much better overall. So much better. Much better on the offensive side, though. The defense needs to be cleaned up a little bit, man. Can't be playing the sloppy D. But the offense has definitely been continuing to clean themselves up. But the defense just needs to be so much better. Defense has to be fixed. Paulson's up 34. Jeez, man. I'm telling you, man, the Sixers won the James Harden trade. And besides, they can't do it unless... I'm telling you, when Kyrie Irving is their best player on the team, they're not going to win. They're not winning the majority of the games if Kyrie Irving's on the team. They need Kevin Durant on the floor. They need Kevin Durant on the floor with Kyrie Irving. But you're not going to win the majority of your games if Kyrie Irving is on the floor and is the number one scoring option for your team. You're just not going to do it. It's going to be impossible. You need Kevin Durant. You need him. And not that you can bring on Seth Curry, because he's probably your other option to go to off the bench. You can bring up Nicholas Claxton. You know, you can bring one of those guys up. But, you know, when Kyrie Irving's your number one option, not KD, you're not winning the majority of your games. I'm being honest right now. You're not winning the majority of your games without Kevin Durant as your number one option. When Kyrie Irving's your number one option, it's just not going to happen. 19 points tonight for James Harden, 5 for 10 from the field, 4 for 7 from three-point range. Harden's definitely had a nice game tonight. He definitely shot the ball very well, taking less shot attempts. I like it. As Fultz gets over to Banchero, over to Suggs, over to Fultz. Fultz trying to lay it up and in, does not do so. And Embiid picks up the rebound over to Harden. And it's intercepted by Jalen Suggs, who gets another one. Gets another steal. Gets over to Paolo Banchero, guarded by James Harden. Banchero going to his left, chucks it over to Markelle Fultz. Fultz trying to take the two-point jumper, and it's good for Markelle Fultz in the paint. It's good for the former Sixer, making a 5-point Sixers lead. Harden gets over to Niang, who shoots a three from the top of the key. No good, and it's going to be rebounded by Paolo Banchero. Banchero with the ball gets out to Jalen Suggs. Suggs gets it over to Wendell Carter, guarded by Niang, who shoots a two, and it's good for Wendell Carter Jr. Niang needs to really make an adjustment, man. He's really been getting cooked out there. It's time for Niang to step things up a little bit, man. Come on. Here we go, James Harden with the ball. Going to his left. Harden coming inside, gets over to Embiid. Embiid taking the two-point jumper, and it's good for Joel Embiid as he fades back. About 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. 28 points for the big fella, 9 for 15 from the field for Joel Embiid. He's shooting 60% right now. Wendell Carter spinning, putting it up for two. It's no good. Maxey gets the rebound. Maxey, bring it down the other end. Kicks out to Harris, who shoots a three from the corner, and it's good! Tobias Harris! Let's go. I thought Maxey was going to take it coast to coast. Turns out he kicks out to Tobias Harris, and that was the right decision. 10-4 Sixers run in the last 2.5 minutes. Suggs taking the three from the top of the key. It's no good, and Niang gets the rebound. Gets it over to Tobias Harris, gets it over to James Harden. Harden going to his right. Harden gets over to Niang, who lays up and lays it in. Georges Niang coming in at the right time. Here we go. Paolo Banchero gets it over to Gary Harris, gets it over to Wendell Carter. Over to Markelle Fultz. Fultz gets it over to Suggs, over to Gary Harris, over to Carter, over to Banchero, who shoots a three from the wing. And it's no good. Harden gets the rebound. Harden, guarded by Jalen Suggs. Harden losing the ball. The ball is still loose, picked up by Gary Harris. Harris taking a three, and it's no good. And Embiid almost comes away with the rebound, but Jalen Suggs is the one to pick it up. He makes the bucket off the backboard and one as the foul's called on Joel Embiid with under 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Come on, man. Defense is being sloppy, man. Gotta step it up a notch. Come on, man. Gotta be a little bit better than that. Can't be sloppy with this D. Defense has got to be better than this. We know our defense is better than this, man. Again, guys, like I said before, defense needs to be a little bit better, man. We're getting a little too sloppy with the D. We can't be affording that, man. We can't be affording to get sloppy with the defense. It can't happen. Just can't happen. If it happens, it's unacceptable, you know? It's unacceptable if the defense is starting to get sloppy. Our offense has been what's been keeping us in this game. Change my mind on that. Our offense has kept us in this game. But yeah, man, hopefully if the defense steps up, the Sixers should come out here and win this game based on how their offense is playing right now. And based on how the offense is playing, if the Sixers step up with the D, they should win this game. It could be close, but all that kind of matters is the win up to this point. Oh, I mean, Carroll, I think, having a little bit of blood drip. A little bit of blood dripping off of the nose of Paolo Banchero, I do believe. Under 2.5 minutes left, I do believe Jalen Suggs is the one going to the line. Or rather, that's the M1 opportunity, and it is made by Jalen Suggs. And the clock will resume. Sixers up by 7, 80-73. Maxey gets over to Niang, over to Embiid. And the foul will be called on Mo Wagner here. Maxey to do the inbound pass. Inbounds it to Shake Milton, who spins. Milton gets it over to Niang, over to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to, or rather, Embiid staying with the ball, shoots a two. It's no good, and Cole Anthony does get the rebound. Anthony gets it over to Markelle Fultz. Fultz losing the ball for a second. Gets it out there to Cole Anthony. Anthony guarded by Matisse Thybulle. Anthony going to his right around the screen. Anthony laying it up, and laying it in is Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony definitely going to be a great player in the future. Maxey gets over to Niang, over to Embiid. Embiid gets over to Shake Milton, under a minute and a half in the third. Milton lobs up for Niang. Niang up the baseline, puts it up, and puts it in. Plus the foul, blocking foul called on the Magic, and Niang will go to the line for one more. Niang at the baseline, nice play, foul called on Mo Wagner this time. This time Niang to go to the line and shoot one more. Bol is going to check into the game here for the Magic. That's the third on Mo Wagner. Bol does get the rebound as Niang misses the and-one opportunity. Gets it over to Cole Anthony, over to Jalen Suggs. That was also the first missed free throw tonight by the Sixers. As Mo Wagner gets over to Cole Anthony, who shoots a three, and it's going to be no good. It's going to be Montrezl Harrell picking up the rebound. Gets it over to Shake Milton. We're going with the all-bench lineup, a.k.a. the death lineup again. Milton shooting a two, no good. And Cole Anthony stepped on the baseline. It's going to be Sixers ball. And we're back to the death lineup here, a.k.a. the all-bench lineup. Maxey inbounds it to Niang, over to Montrezl Harrell. Harrell gets over to Tyrese Maxey, over to Niang. And that is going to be an offensive foul called on Montrezl Harrell. We're immediately going with the other way with it. Sixers up by 7. 48.6 left in the third quarter. Yeah, an illegal screen called on Montrezl Harrell. That's the fourth offensive foul on the Sixers tonight. Cole Anthony with the ball, gets it over to Mo Wagner, gets over to Franz Wagner. Franz Wagner gets it over to Mo Wagner, and he'll make it in plus the foul. And he'll go to the line for one more. Foul called on Montrezl Harrell again. That's his second straight. That's either honestly his second or third overall. And Mo Wagner to go ahead to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws here. Or rather, the N1 opportunity, which is good. And the Sixers up by 4. Maxey trying to take coast to coast. Loses the ball. Picked up by Jalen Suggs. Suggs gets it over to Franz Wagner. Franz Wagner with the ball. Sixers will have one more shot after this. Wagner guarded by Matisse Thybulle. Wagner going to his left, guarded by Niang. And it's going to be an offensive foul called on Franz Wagner. 9 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. They're going to bring Harden in. And it turns out that Franz Wagner did apparently step on the baseline here. They're going to take Thybulle out and bring Harden in for the final 9 seconds here in the third. They probably want to try to give Harden the ball maybe. As Maxey puts up a 2, and it's going to be coming up a little bit short, as that will conclude the end of the third quarter. The Philadelphia 76ers at the end of the third quarter up by 4, this time against the Orlando Magic, as they lead it by 4 over the Magic, 82-78, as we head to the fourth quarter where the Sixers look to survive another collapse here in Philadelphia against Orlando. So 82 to 78. Fourth quarter. All right, guys, the scoreboard has been changed. Yeah, man, we have to finish this out. Don't let the Magic get ahead again. We cannot lose back-to-back games to the Magic, man. Come on. But yeah, guys, I mean, we can't lose to the Magic twice in a row. We can't. We cannot lose to the Orlando Magic twice in a row. It just can't happen. We need to come out here with the win. Wasn't able to do it the first time because I had some personal things that I needed to take care of, and I did not know when I was going to go ahead and come and get back from doing all that. So I'm looking for the Sixers to get a win tonight when I am streaming this game. I'm looking for the Sixers to get a win, man. Let's go. Sixers need to pull this one out, man. All I care about is us getting a win and moving on to what I believe is Friday's matchup against the Spurs. I do believe we do play them on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Sixers only with 19 points in the second quarter. They brought it back up to 26 points in the third quarter. After in the first quarter, they had 30 points exactly. Fourth quarter is underway. Sixers looking to pull out this win. Maxey gets it over to Thibault, over to Niang. Niang gets over to Maxey. Maxey at the free throw line, staying behind the three-point line. Maxey trying to drive, put it up. No good. Montrezl Harrell with the rebound, and it's blocked. And someone got a piece of it. Suggs falls down, and it's picked up by Niang, who takes it down the other end to Maxey, and it's blocked. And Bol picks it up now for the Magic. Gets it over to Franz Wagner, over to Jalen Suggs in the corner for three, and it's good for Jalen Suggs. Come on, man. Got to defend that. Can't be letting them get wide open. As Milton gets it over to Maxey. Maxey going to his right, gets it over to Niang. Niang kicks it out to Milton. Milton shooting a three, and it's good for Shake Milton for the 10th three of the night for the Sixers. It's about time. Let's go. 85-81 is the score. 10:50 left in the game. Wagner with the ball, guarded by Montrezl Harrell. Wagner coming inside. Wagner kicking it out to Bol, who stands in the corner for three. It's no good, and Mo Wagner ends up getting the rebound and gets it out to Franz Wagner for three. It's no good. Maxey bounces it up. It's picked up by Thibault, and he will officially get it and pass it over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey with the ball, guarded by Bol, gets it out to Thibault, who stands in the corner, gets it back over to Maxey. Maxey going to his right. Maxey going to his left. Gets it over to Shake Milton, who's guarded by Jalen Suggs. Milton trying to tell Montrezl Harrell to come over. Milton putting up a two-point jumper, no good, and rebounded by Bol for the Magic. We'll get it over to Cole Anthony. Anthony guarded by Tyrese Maxey. Anthony putting up a two. And it's going to be a foul called on Tyrese Maxey, I do believe. But Cole Anthony to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws here. First one at the line is good for Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony with 10 points tonight off the bench. Second one also good at the line for Cole Anthony, making this a 2-point game. Sixers leading it 85-83. Maxey gets it over to Shake Milton. Going to his right around the screen. Milton gets it over to Niang, and Niang ended up tripping. They're going to say Sixers ball. They're going to say it touched Jalen Suggs, I think. It's the only way that it could have went out of bounds is if it hit off Jalen Suggs. And the Magic are going to want to challenge this here. Magic going to challenge this. See if it did go off of Jalen Suggs or not. If it's not off of Jalen Suggs, then it's going to be Magic ball. Because that's the only way that this is Sixers ball. If it went off of part of Jalen Suggs. But yeah, man, I don't know what the call is going to be here. It looked like to me that it was going to be Magic ball. But if it did go off of Jalen Suggs, then it's going to be Sixers ball. But yeah, man, I mean, I don't know what the call is going to be here. I'm giving my personal opinion. I think it really should be Magic ball. Because, I mean, unless the ball went off of Jalen Suggs, there's no reason it should not be Magic basketball. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I think it should be Magic basketball. But let's see what they call here. As the game has come back on. I mean, let's see. I mean, Suggs did kind of grab the wrist of Shake Milton. But it was an obvious... It's a completely obvious call that it's Orlando Magic basketball. And it is by a landslide. As Suggs gets the ball over to Cole Anthony. He puts it up for 2, gets blocked again by Montrezl Harrell, and it's picked up by James Harden. As the ball was tipped up in the air and picked up by Harden, gets over to Harris, over to Niang. Niang back to Harris, over to Harden. Under 9:20 left to go in the game. Harden going step back 3, and it's good for James Harden as he falls down and puts the Sixers back up by 5. Under 9:10 left to go in the fourth. Banchero gets it over to Cole Anthony. Anthony guarded by Tyrese Maxey. Now Niang will switch on him. Gets over to Mo Wagner, over to Banchero. And Banchero is going to be fouled by Montrezl Harrell, and that's either his 3rd or 4th of the game. And that'll be the third personal foul called on Montrezl Harrell. Cole Anthony with the ball gets it over to Mo Wagner for three. It's no good. And Montrezl Harrell will get the rebound and will get it over to Tobias Harris, who will get right past Mo Wagner and will get it to go for two. And we'll put the Sixers up by 7. 8:35 left in the fourth. Cole Anthony with the ball out here directing traffic. Guarded by Tyrese Maxey around the screen. Anthony lining it up for two. No good. It'll go out of bounds and it will be Sixers ball. The Sixers starting to bring that hustle now and starting to really get after the ball. Not playing that sloppy as Harden gets over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey gets out to Tobias Harris. Harris over to Harden. Harden going to his right. And it'll be a shooting foul. It'll be a shooting foul. It was in a shooting motion. But the foul is called on Jalen Suggs regardless. As apparently it was actually not a shooting foul. It's a foul on the floor. As Harris gets it over to Niang, over to Harris. Harris trying to kick it out to Maxey, and Maxey pokes it out of bounds on his own. And it's going to be Magic basketball again. Again, too many mistakes, man. It's got to be cleaned up for next game. 8 minutes left to go in the fourth. Suggs with the ball here. Gets over to Paolo Banchero. No field goals for the Magic in the last 3.5 minutes. Banchero shooting a 2 to break that drought, and it's no good. Rebounded by the Sixers. Harden with the ball gets over to Niang, over to Maxey, who's wide open for 3. And it's good for Tyrese Maxey. And a timeout immediately called by Orlando to talk things over with 7:38 left in the fourth. And Tyrese Maxey making sure they take another one of their timeouts to talk strategy while Max is out here making buckets in the corner from 3-point range. And you know Niang is all fired up about it. Let him know who Tyrese Maxey is, George. Let him know. But yeah, man, let's finish this, man. Let's finish this up. I don't like having these close games at times, especially against teams that are normally like rebuilding teams that usually struggle. But at this point, after the loss to the Magic the first day on Monday, all I'm looking for to this point is the win. I'm just looking for the win up to this point. But yeah, man, I mean, all I gotta say is that, let's finish this game, man. Let's finish this up. And 7.5 minutes left now. Sixers on 8 run in the last minute, 45 seconds. Markelle Fultz with the ball, shooting a 2, and it's good for Markelle Fultz to break the field goal drought of almost no field goals in the last 4 minutes. Just about. As Harden has the ball here for the Sixers, staying on the 6 of the 76ers logo. Harden coming inside. Harden guarded by Franz Wagner. Harden coming inside. Harden gets it over to Montrezl Harrell, who slams it down for 2. Montrezl Harrell. Under 7 minutes left, and the Sixers are up by 10, 95-85. Wendell Carter Jr. with the ball gets it over to Franz Wagner. Wagner going to his right. Wagner loses it, and it's picked up by Montrezl Harrell. He gets over to Harden, over to Tobias Harris, over to Niang, who's wide open for 3, and gets it to go! Georges Niang's going ahead and staring down the Orlando Magic bench. On top of that, Fultz with the ball gets over to Wendell Carter, shoots a 3, and that comes up short. Niang gets the rebound, over to Maxey. Maxey with the ball, guarded by Franz Wagner. Maxey gets it over to James Harden. Harden, guarded by Paolo Banchero. Harden, going step back 3 again, and it comes up short, and Wendell Carter gets the rebound and gets it over to Markelle Fultz. Fultz getting it out to Paolo Banchero, over to Franz Wagner for 3, and it's good for Franz Wagner. The Magic are trying to stay in this one, and they're saying we're not going anywhere until this game is finished. Maxey with the ball, guarded by Markelle Fultz. Maxey needing his options, gets it over to James Harden. Harden going to his left. Harden dancing, guarded by Suggs, and Jalen Suggs is going to be called for the foul. 7 seconds left on the shot clock as well. It will not reset, so it will be an inbound pass here. Actually, it did end up resetting a little bit, so they must be out of... The Magic must be out of fouls to give if this is the case. Actually, no, they're not. I don't know why it would go back to 14, though. Why would it go back to 14 if it's a foul on the floor? It should just stay at 7. Some attention being brought to Wendell Carter Jr. Montrezl Harrell taking a seat. Joel Embiid coming back in. .524 left to go. The inbound pass is in. Harden flips out to Niang at the wing for 3. No good. Wendell Carter Jr. gets the rebound. We'll get it over to Markelle Fultz. Fultz spinning. Fultz looking, trying to put it up. And the shooting foul will be called on Joel Embiid, I think. Markelle Fultz will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws here. With 5:06 left, Sixers fans want their Chick-fil-A nuggets, and they're not going to get them. Markelle Fultz says no Chick-fil-A nuggets for anyone today. Second one from Markelle Fultz is also good at the line. 98-90, Sixers still with the lead. Almost 5 minutes left to go in the game. James Harden with the ball here for the Sixers. Around the screen he goes. Gets it over to Embiid. Embiid pump fakes. Embiid kicks out to Harden. Harden shoots a 3. And it's good for James Harden. That was beautiful from the beard to give the Sixers an 11-point lead and 25 points on the night for James Harden. 6 for 10 from three-point range. Franz Wagner with the ball here for the Magic. Laying it up and laying it in is Franz Wagner. And Harden just taking his time, bringing the ball down the floor, guarded by Gary Harris. Harden around the screen, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid flipped out to Maxey in the corner for three, and it's no good. Tobias Harris trying to get the rebound, but it's picked up by Paolo Banchero. Banchero, guarded by James Harden, gets it over to Wendell Carter Jr., who gets it over to Franz Wagner. Wagner putting up a three-point shot. No good. Niang trying to fight for the rebound, does not get it. The ball's still loose, picked up by Franz Wagner finally. Out to Banchero for three from the wing. No good, and rebounded again by Franz Wagner. No fouls called, and Embiid picks it up. Over to Maxey, who lays it up and lays it in. Tyrese Maxey, meaning business in the second half. Has definitely stepped up when he has needed to. In the second half when it has mattered. Markelle Fultz spinning, kicks it out to Paolo Banchero, who shoots a three. It's no good, and Harden gets the rebound. And he'll get it right past Gary Harris. And the clock is still winding down. Harden with the ball here for the Sixers. Harden coming inside. Harden kicking it out to Maxey, who shoots a three from the wing. It's no good, and it's going to be rebounded by the Magic. Banchero with the ball gets it over to Markelle Fultz. Fultz shooting a two, and it's no good, and Niang gets the rebound. Gets it over to Maxey, over to Harden. And Harden with the ball, guarded by Markelle Fultz still. Harden staying on the 6 of the 76ers logo. Harden gets it over to Embiid. Embiid out to Niang in the corner. Niang, guarded by Wendell Carter, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid gets it out to Maxey. Maxey just having to take the shot. Was rushed to do so, and it's going to be rebounded by the Magic. Markelle Fultz with the ball as he picks it up. Gets it over to Gary Harris, who kicks it out to Franz Wagner. Gets it over to Wendell Carter. Tobias Harris to be called for the foul, and he wants to talk to the official about that. A little too much contact by Tobias Harris on the defensive side. 2:21 left to go here. Sixers up by 11. Franz Wagner with the ball, guarded by Embiid. Wagner going to lose it, and it is going to be Sixers basketball. 2:14 left on. 2:14 left to go in the game. 18 turnovers by the Sixers, 14 on the Magic. Harden with the ball here. 2:05 left in the game. Harden with the ball, guarded by Paolo Banchero. And officially 2 minutes left in this one. Harden gets it over to Embiid. Embiid going to his right. Embiid spinning. Embiid putting up a two. No good. Tobias Harris does not get the rebound, though. Wendell Carter gets it over to Franz Wagner. Gets it over to Wendell Carter, who shoots a three. It's no good. They've been really inefficient from three tonight, the Magic. As Harden gets it over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey putting all kinds of moves on Markelle Fultz. Maxey gets out to Harris. Harris putting all kinds of moves on. Harris at the wing gets it over to Embiid. Embiid is going to be fouled here by Franz Wagner. It looks like as of right now, the Sixers are looking like they're going to pull this out. Inbound pass coming in here from Georges Niang, who inbounds it to James Harden. James Harden still with the ball, guarded by Paolo Banchero. Harden trying to go Euro step. And Harden going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Sixers in the bonus with a foul called and in a shooting motion. Charles Adderley, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you coming through, man. Say good night watching from Nassau, the Bahamas. Go Sixers. That's getting blown out in Boston by 35 points. Yeah, I saw that earlier from SG Sports Talk, man. Appreciate you for coming through, Charles Adderley. If you have not done so, my guy, hit that like button. And if you could do so for me, my guy, share this out to other people so we can bring more people up in here at some point. First one looks like it was missed by James Harden. Most 10 assist games this season. James Harden with 21 of them. He passed Luka Doncic already. He's pretty close to passing Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic just 2 of those games ahead of him with 10 assists. plus. Second one good to the line for James Harden. Sixers still up by 12. Minute 10 left to go. Here we go. Here's Markelle Fultz with the ball. Fultz guarded by Niang. And Fultz trying to put it up. And it is going to be an offensive foul called on Franz Wagner. Actually, it's going to be a goaltend, I think. It's going to be a goaltend, I think, and Franz Wagner is going to get the points for it. And Maxey with the ball is fouled by Markelle Fultz. What's the point in fouling when you're down by 10 points, man? When you're down by 10 points and there's only like 53 seconds left to go in the game, what is the point of fouling? Explain that to me. You can't. Exactly. First one for Maxey at the line is no good. Wow, man, we've been so efficient. We've been so efficient, man. You know, Maxey now with the greatest of shooting tonight. 9 points, 2 assists, 2 for 11 from the field. But he was still able to give us 10 points tonight, man. So at least Maxey was able to do that. But 50 seconds left in this one. One stop should just about do it here. Franz Wagner with the ball, guarded by Embiid. Wagner going to his left, trying to get around Joel. Trying to get it over to Fultz. It's not going to happen, and Maxey's going to pick it up. And the Sixers are going to end off the Magic and get back on the winning ways as the Philadelphia 76ers are going to defeat the Orlando Magic in this one. Looks like by a final score of 105-94. 13.7 seconds left. Make it 14 seconds exactly. And they'll be inbounded like nobody cares. And the Philadelphia 76ers are officially going to defeat the Orlando Magic in this one, 105-94. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sixers are back on the winning ways, man. 105-94 is the score. They kind of just gave up in the fourth, man. Players of the game, both on the Sixers side, Joel Embiid with 28 points, 9 for 17 from the field, 10 for 10 from the free throw line, and 11 rebounds. And James Harden, 26 points, 6 for 10 from 3, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists as well. So both those players also with a double-double tonight, I do believe. But yeah, guys, I am updating the final score right now. 105-94 being the final score of tonight's game. And ladies and gentlemen, since the Sixers did end up winning, you guys know what we have to do, man. Play the song. Let's go, man. Back on the winning ways. Let's go. But yeah, guys, again, like I said before, been having issues with the internet, so I'm not able to pull up the entire stat sheet. So I'm just gonna give you guys the main scores to the team, like the leading scores for both sides. And I will have a post-game YouTube short out sometime later tonight, so be sure to check that out when you guys do have the opportunity. As for the Orlando Magic, leading the way for them was Markelle Fultz with 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for the Philadelphia 76ers, part of it was with Joel Embiid. I think he did have 32 points, but James Harden also adding on 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 11 assists, also for a double-double in this one. And that's basically how the stat sheet comes to an end, man, since we have had internet issues. Hopefully we get that all figured out by sometime next week. We're having Comcast situate this sometime this weekend. We're going to have Comcast come over and situate this out. So hopefully we get back on the ways here, and I will be able to pull up the entire stat sheet for you guys sometime next week. But basically for kind of this week, whenever I do the live streams, I'm not going to be able to have the full stat line for everything. So you're going to see post-game YouTube shorts. So be sure to be on the lookout for those. But yeah, guys, on that note, that's going to pretty much do it for me, man. Be sure to like and subscribe if you guys have not done so. I'll talk to you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. The Sixers win. Let's go. Peace, everybody. Have a good night, y'all. God bless and peace.